to Stefan's podcast, the only podcast for everything Japanese news and what's going on in the big world of Tsushima. Hope you're having an absolutely lovely day. We are sitting on the floor today because we're not in Tsushima, we're off the island, which is very nice for the weekend, and we have got some great news stories for you, so let's jump straight into them. First news story is about the Japan Pokemon McDonald's theme that they pushed together, and they are pumping out Pokemon cards like they were hot. Let me tell you something. So in most places the event was meant to be going on for 3 days, but by the second day a lot of stores had stopped selling the Pokemon cards and even some of the toys. The Pokemon cards sold out first, and what this promotion was, if you bought a Happy Meal you would get, I believe, a Pokemon card and maybe even a toy as well. I tried to go and get one of the cards, but they were sold out on the third day, and I was staying somewhere not particularly in the center of town or something. I'm not in the middle of Tokyo, I'm not in Osaka, so I was surprised that the cards were sold out. But when you look at the news story and what was going on, a lot of scalpers were going around and were buying all of these cards. So originally McDonald's, for some reason, they set the buying limit very, very high. So one person could go in and buy up to five Happy Meals to try and get the cards. They also, but this limit wasn't on if you were buying online. So you could go and buy 50, 60, 70 Happy Meals, get the cards, and then look at reselling them. And apparently there was a lot of food waste about this, and people are a little bit upset. There are pictures online of like Deliveroos delivering boxes and boxes of McDonald's to one house, and then the food just being left outside, which sucks because more people wanted to get the cards. I wanted to get a card. I mean, I'm probably not the target age. I feel sorry for like kids who are actually into Pokemon who wanted to get a hold of these, and they didn't get the opportunity to get it because all sold out by the second day. My sister was very lucky. She managed to get one or two of the cards, so that's nice. I might be able to get one off her, which would be cool. And it just sold out. I mean, I'm surprised that McDonald's didn't predict this better, especially with how Pokemon cards have become such a big business for people, like scalping and doing stuff. I guess they just didn't predict that it was going to be this popular, and especially just running on a 3-day event was crazy. I mean, the Pokemon card, that Pikachu, the McDonald's, one of the coolest Pokemon cards that I've ever seen. I think that that design was a very, very good mix. So sad I didn't get one, but welcome to Japan, welcome to Pokemon cards, and welcome to disappointment, and welcome to sitting on the floor, where even after being in Japan for 3 years, after 3 minutes of sitting on the floor, my feet are falling asleep. I don't know how Japanese people do it. It is amazing. I went past I think it was like a temple store, and I saw some guy working, sitting on his knees with his laptop in front of him, and I was just going, I couldn't do that for more than I can't do it for more than 5 minutes. I know I can't. It's amazing. And for work, because I'm a teacher, I sometimes sit on the floor like this, maybe once or twice a month for like 20 minutes. Still can't do it. Still can't do it. I thought moving to Japan I'd get used to it, but no, absolutely not. But next news story for you is about Japan's foreign drivers, and how a lot of statistics have been released relating to foreign driver crashes, and this is on like every single newspaper at the moment. The foreign drivers seem to be the blame for everything. So about 2% of all crashes in Japan last year were caused by a foreign driver, which actually isn't that bad considering almost 3% of Japan's population is foreigners. So actually, when you look at the statistics, foreign drivers 1% better than they should be. And Japan are now looking at changing some of the rules around foreign driving licenses, making it more difficult to get if you have a foreign driving license. The statistics of the crash show that Koreans and Chinese accounted for about 20% of the crashes, and then it was all from different areas. About Brazil, surprisingly enough, Brazilians were about 10% of all crashes by foreign drivers. Hey, does this mean anything? Not really. This is just this is just pointless news. I don't get why Japan are making such a big deal out of it. When it comes to foreign crashes, when anything involves a foreigner, we are always the worst people in the world. In fact, the headline should be 97% of all, no, 98% of all crashes caused in Japan are by Japanese drivers, which means that they are very, very bad drivers, because 99%, 98% of the crashes in Japan are by Japanese drivers. Oh my God, crazy. If you're driving, you need to watch out for those. Just remember when you're on the road, 98% of all crashes in Japan are caused by Japanese drivers. I'm going to keep that in mind. Just visualize every single one. Watch out for them. Every news story at the moment in Japan, if there's a chance to blame a foreigner for something, they are over it like a rash. Let me tell you something. It's like all news companies at the moment, UK, America, wherever you go, Canada seems to be the same. If you look at a newspaper from anywhere, if there's an opportunity to blame a foreigner, oh baby, they're on it like a rash. But there we go. Next news story for you is about rain in Japan. Good Lord. So in Kyushu and a lot of other places, Tsushima has had a lot of rain recently as well. There's been a load of weather warnings. I got a note on my phone saying that our emergency centres had all opened up because we've had so much rain. 2 people have died during these rainstorms, and it's not been a good time. We've had so much rain in Kyushu, it's unbelievable. If you look at some of the pictures, there's cars that have been moved into different places. There's been buildings that have been destroyed. It's really not a nice time to be in Japan, especially considering this is Oban week, so a lot of people are traveling around, going to different places. Some offices are closed in different places, and there's so much movement around that this is causing a lot of disruption. So if you are coming to Japan, just check your trains and stuff, because the rain might cause a lot of problems. Shinkansens have been cancelled, trains have been cancelled, there have been a lot of disruptions. So watch out for that if you're coming to Japan. A lot. Oh, some places have even lost electricity. Apparently about 40,000 homes here have no electricity, so no power. That sucks if you're traveling around. Yamaguchi Prefecture was affected, Nagasaki Prefecture was affected, Fukuoka was affected. Pretty much a lot of that like north section has been bad. Tsushima, as I said, not fun. A very, very wet Tsushima. The ghost of Tsushima, I hope they know how to swim, because if you don't, well, that's the end of your video game. Done. Can you swim in Ghost of Tsushima? I've never played it. I would have thought so, right? I hope so. It would add some more fun to the game. In fact, I wish there would be some yokai in Ghost of Tsushima, then it'd be much more fun. But there we go. And next news story coming up for you is about 2 boxers died in the same event, in a Japanese boxing event in Tokyo. They had one person who unfortunately passed away after lasting 12 rounds. He managed to do 12 rounds and then had to go to hospital. He had a brain hemorrhage and unfortunately passed away. And then another boxer also died in the same card in a knockout. So just awful. Apparently the event for the next coming years is going to reduce the amounts of rounds. It had 12 rounds, it's now going down to 10, and this is just horrible. I mean, these are freak accidents that have somehow happened on the same event. Boxing is a dangerous sport. Unfortunately, people do die from it. So yeah, not nice. But next year's they're bringing the rounds down, and how do you stop this from happening in boxing? I don't know if you can. I mean, the referees maybe could have looked at what was going on, but you just never know in contact sports. You sometimes die. I mean, there's been people who've died from playing cricket, and that's, you know, non-contact sport. There was one really recently where the ball bounced and went into his neck and I think crushed his windpipe, and that was it, just dead. And some people have been hit by the ball too hard. I mean, every single sport out there, some people will die every now and again. It's horrible thing, but what can you do? What can you do about it? And oddly enough, I believe I've been to the stadium where the boxing was. I'm pretty sure, I'm 99% sure they also do wrestling in this event, and I went to go and watch wrestling a couple of years ago. Really nice venue. So sad stories from that. But that's going to be the end of today's podcast. Unfortunately, there isn't much Japanese news floating about because of its Oban week. I'm pretty sure all the journalists have taken the week off. I noticed this a few years ago during like Christmas, Golden Week as well. All the news companies suddenly just seem for these weeks just to put out absolutely no news stories because they're all on holiday. So hey ho, not many news coming from Japan, which is maybe good because that means that everyone is outside enjoying their life. I hope you are outside enjoying your life. What's been going on with me recently? I went to go and watch a J1 football game. It was Nagasaki, not Nagasaki. It was, who did I go and watch? I went to watch Osaka Celeste versus Niigata. Very, very fun game. 3-1, and I got a little bit drunk during the game. I certainly did, because I am not used to having the beer girls going around and serving you beer while watching the game. I got to the stadium a little bit early. I was about half an hour early, so before the match started I'd had 2 beers, and then it's just so convenient. They keep coming around and bringing you beers, and I didn't even know this, getting the beer is cheaper from the girls than it is getting it from the concession stand. So the girls were bringing around the beer for 600 yen. During the halftime break, I went to the bathroom and, of course, needed another beer. So I went to the concession stand, got a beer there, and then went back to my seat, finished that. Because I wasn't sitting on the aisle, my girlfriend was, I was just giving her money to get the beer. So I didn't actually know how much it was. I just gave the cash. And then it was only on the last one that I found out that the beers from the concession girl were 600 yen. I was paying 750 from the concession stand. I shall never buy a beer from the concession stand again. Why would I? And the worst thing was, where the where the girls get the beer from is behind the concession stand. I was waiting in line for it, and I saw the beer girl go past, and I was like, "Oh, hey, I'll have a beer." And she was like, "Oh, you need to come to the stadium if you want to get one from me." And I was a bit like, "Oh, this is a little bit naughty, isn't it? I am waiting in line." And I was like, "I could follow you up." But I was like, "Oh, no." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll just get a beer from here." And that cost me an extra 150 yen. I will never financially recover from that at all. It's breathtaking. Hopefully, might be doing a little bit of futsal tonight, which is very nice because we don't have it on the island. I've possibly found a place here where I can go and do it, which would be very, very fun. But the one that I want to go for is full, and I'm on like the wait list. But there's another one after, which is like a beginner's class, and I'm not good at football, but I wouldn't class myself as a beginner. Like, I'm all right. I'm no David Beckham, but a beginner's one I might feel a bit bad playing for. So fingers crossed I can get into the normal one. But knowing Japan and their sports, they don't take hobbies lightly. So the other one, they are probably going to be absolutely fantastic, and they are going to whip me. So we shall see how that goes. I'm excited to do some sports outside of Tsushima. Honestly, one of the things that I didn't think that I would miss so much living in Tsushima is just being able to do like random sports every now and again, or being in social events. One of the things I really miss is just sitting in like a coffee shop or something and just watching people go by, reading a book in a coffee shop, being able just to sit somewhere in public is very, very nice. There isn't really any places in Tsushima where you can do that. And if I do go there as a teacher, you're not left alone, which is good and bad. Like, if I went somewhere, the bartender will always talk to me or do that, and I can't just sit somewhere and just be anonymous and just watch people go by. So I'm very much looking forward to that today. I've got a day where I'm just doing nothing. I'm going to edit a few videos, I'm going to go for a run, and it is a beautiful, beautiful day. I hope you are having an absolutely fantastic Oban week. I shall see you again soon in the next episode. Be sure to take care of yourself and have a fantastic rest of your day. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.